Hi everyone, so I decided to make my first vlog. This is the most chaotic thing I've ever edited before because I never did a vlog before. So prepare for terrible camera work because I've never did a vlog before. But because of doing a vlog for the first time, I have learned how to do it properly, I guess, for the future. So anyway, today we are going to Walmart as well as Barnes& and Noble. So let's get into it. So for Walmart, all I really had to do was get my rice cakes because what I usually get at Walmart is rice cakes, bread, and almond milk, as well as maybe like vitamins or whatever. I like every single rice cake there is except for caramel. I don't vibe with that. That is terrifying. My video recording stopped working for a little bit, but I went to the electronic section because I need more headphones. I need a new pair of headphones because last time I got the pink ones and they lasted me for like 2 years, but the wire pulled out, so I had to get new ones. And I know you could tell me, well, just get Bluetooth. No, I don't vibe with it. Like, it's so much easier to just plug a wire in and then move on at your day. Like, for me, whenever I go to use Bluetooth, it takes forever to connect. I just don't have the patience for it. Then I went to check out, they had candy. I don't really like candy, but I grabbed the mini M&Ms. There's also a Build-A-Bear at my Walmart. I never went to Build-A-Bear, but I had to go in because I saw Tom Nook. Hello. Now, I really like Animal Crossing. I play Animal Crossing. I just recently got back into it, and it's literally so fun. But my dad said no, so no Tom Nook for today. But now it's time to go to Barnes& and Noble. $5. So I wanted to go to Barnes& and Noble today, obviously, because I love Barnes& and Noble, but I really wanted to get the definitive guide to Nordic mythology because I have the definitive guide of Greek mythology. But when you go to Barnes& and Noble, you never leave with what you intended to get. Like, you walk in for one thing, then you come out with like other stuff as well. So I spent quite a while browsing through the mythology section as well as the like witchcraft spirituality sections. I was actually here the day before, and they had the definitive guide to Nordic mythology. However, I come back today, and it's not here, which they had three on the shelf. So that means that three other people also were interested and wanted that book. So it's gone, obviously. I asked an employee, like, hey, is there any more? And they literally said they're out of stock even in the warehouse. And yeah, so that was kind of annoying. I've just been like struggling to find new information on Norse and Celtic mythology. I said a while back ago that I don't need any more Druidry books or any more Runestone books, but I was very much wrong because there turns out to be a lot of information that I do not know. So that is really why I wanted to come to Barnes& and Noble. I also checked out ancient Egypt books, but I'm not like interested enough, but I just don't care as much about it. I opened up an archaeology book and I also didn't vibe with that because it's cool. I wouldn't mind getting it as a gift. I wouldn't mind getting Egyptian books as a gift, but like I was really looking for Norse mythology. Yeah. Oh, they have lions. Wow. Better. I think this one looks best. I think. It's a scratch on him, but he looks best. As we could see when I browse through Barnes& and Noble, I am so quick. I literally just walk through and whatever catches my eye, I look at. But for the most part, like, I think I'm pretty fast in Barnes& and Noble. They have Jimin. I went into the nature section and they had this book about the loneliest polar bear, and I was literally going to grab it. I was going to buy this book. I was going to take it off the shelf and grab it and buy it. And yeah, I flipped it over. It was $27. Yeah, that's. I walked with my lion. Yeah, that's what I did. I looked at witchcraft stuff again, but it's hard to buy some books sometimes because I feel like it's a summary of stuff I already know. I'm looking for books that I have info that I don't know yet. It has runes in it. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I need, like, what's it called? Moonstone. Does that make any sense? Like, there's no point in me buying a book if I already know what's in it. I came back to the mythology section and I found a book called the Norse Illustrated book, and that looked cool and all, but I had some stuff in my basket that I was deciding on putting back because I really, really wanted to leave with some Celtic or Norse mythology books. Because, like, for the longest time now, I've been associating Druidry with Nordic and Celtic mythology, but apparently a Druid is Celtic. I don't know why that took so long for me to realize. But yeah, I have some catching up to do, so that is pretty much why I was going back and forth so much, because I wanted to make a good decision. But I did put some books back, like the World Mythology book. It just felt like a summary of stuff I already know, so I put it back. Some of the books I put back because I just didn't really vibe with them, or I didn't want them yet. Odyssey. But I ended up leaving with the Iliad and the Odyssey, as well as the Lion from Schleich, an astrology guide, and the Illustrated Odyssey. And then, of course, I left. So here is the best camera angle possible of me walking to check out. But then, I go home. I have my books. I don't feel right because I'm missing information. This is when I'm basically trying to sleep and then I realize, wait a minute, if a druid is Celtic, I am still very, very much behind on information. What made me mad is that there's a definitive guide to Greek mythology and a definitive guide to Norse mythology, but not a definitive guide to Celtic mythology. That made me really confused. And then I looked into it, and it's because a lot of Celtic stuff is just, like, destroyed. Like, a lot of info we have lost over the years because of various different circumstances. But Druids are Celtic, and I don't know why that took me so long to realize, but I have been associating Druidry with Celtic and Nordic mythologies. And that is very, very incorrect because Nordic is Vikings and Celtic is not. Like, Celtic is Druids. And after looking into Nordic mythology and Vikings and this thing called Blood Eagle, I have realized that I want nothing to do with Norse mythology. So I went back, I walked back into Barnes& and Noble the very next day, and I came out with Celtic myths as well as another Celtic book because these books discuss the Celtic mythology but also the association with like how it I guess like got destroyed and how it's associated with druidry. You know, that's what I've been looking for, so this is really, really useful. I also got a book about auras because like I could see auras sometimes on people, but I always thought it was my vision, so maybe I'm just magical. I also saw some other books while I was there, like the Origin of the Species. Wouldn't mind getting that as a gift. And I also saw the book Equus, which I saw a few years ago but didn't buy, obviously. And I also saw the book Fairies, but I said I don't want any books on fairies a while back ago. I was like, I don't want books on fairies. However, there's a line in this book that says that in Greek mythology, fairies are pretty much nymphs, and I was like, I'm intrigued. But after sitting on the floor of Barnes& Noble flipping through this fairy book, I've realized that I don't need this book right now. I would much rather get it as a gift. Because I'm not trying to be that person, but I just don't understand how a fairy could be real. I'm sorry. it's just they're so tiny. And like I know people who claim they saw a fairy before in the woods. Maybe they are real, but like it's just not for me right now. I'd much rather be reading about unicorns, Greek mythology, and some history behind Druidry. And obviously, there are fairies that are in Celtic mythology, but I just really wanted books that discuss Celtic mythology, but mainly like the history and how it like intertwines with Druidry, because like I'm really interested in Druids and the history of them because they are, for a fact, very real. So, yeah, that is my first vlog. I hope you enjoyed this because it was very hectic. I think, because I've never done this before. I was really worried that I was going to get kicked out of the store for having a camera, but I used my phone instead, obviously, and it turned out okay. Let me know if you want me to vlog again. I wouldn't mind doing this, actually. This is pretty fun. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!